Which of the following functions from function is from z to z? Z is integers. It can be positive or negative. The function is different from defined from z to z. You have to show whether the function is bijections or not. Which function is bijective function? Means the function is 1 and onto function. So very first option we will discuss, that is fx equals to x cube. For 1 we need to consider f of x1 is equals to f of x2. We can write x1 cube equals to x2 cube. So here we can see x1 cube equals to x2 cube. It is only when x1 is equals to x2. So hence it is this function fx equals to x cube is a 1 function. But we need to check whether it is onto or not, that is surjective or not, because we have to tell whether the function is bijective or not. For bijection, for the surjection, we need to find the inverse of the function. For that we need to consider y equals to fx, that is fx equals to y, that is y equals to x cube. If you take this cube root, then we will get x equals to cube root of y. Now we can see for negative values we cannot get the cube root, we cannot tell the value, those values will be imaginary value, that is cube root of something. We cannot find cube root of negative numbers. Hence this does not belongs to z. Hence this function is not onto, that is not surjective function. Hence the function is only 1 function, not a bijective function. Let's talk about second point, that is b option, that is fx equals to x plus 2. For 1 we need to consider f of x1 is equals to f of x2. So we can write x1 plus 2 equals to x2 plus 2. So 2 to get cancelled out from both sides, we will get x1 equals to x2. So we can see this function is 1 function. For onto we need to consider y equals to fx, that is fx equals to y. We will get y equals to x plus 2, and we need to find the inverse of the function, that is convert this y to x, that is x equals to y minus 2. So we can see x is belongs to any z. So we can take any value of y from z, we will get any value of z, x as a z only. Okay. So this is the onto. So these x and y are defined for all z. Okay. So hence it is a onto function. So this function, this fx equals to x plus 2 is a bijective function or bijective relation, we can say, or function. Okay. We have mentioned the function, hence it is a bijective function. We got the answer, but we will discuss C and D option as well. If you are talking about option C, that is fx equals to 2x plus 1. For 1 we need to consider f of x1 equals to f of x2. So we will get 2x1 plus 1 is equals to 2x2 plus 1. So it is x1 equals to x2 only. So this function is 1. Let's check onto, that is surjectivity. For that we need to consider fx equals to y, that is y equals to 2x plus 1. So convert to the x, we will get y minus 1 equals to 2x, that is x equals to y minus 1 upon 2. But we know that x and y are belongs to z, that is integer. But let's say if we take 0 as the integer, that is 0, y equals to 0, then we will get x equals to minus half, which does not belong to z, that is integer. And if you take y as 2, then y 2 minus 1, that is 1, that is half as well, that is x equals to half, also does not belong to capital Z. Hence this function, this does not belongs to Z, hence this function is not an onto function, not an onto function. So option C is 1 1 function, but it is not an onto function. Let's talk about D option, that is fx equals to x square plus 1. For 1 1 we will consider f of x1 is equals to f of x2, that is x1 square plus 1 is equals to x2 square plus 1, that is x1 square equals to x2 square. If we take the square root, then we will get x1 equals to plus minus x2. So we can see x1 can be in positive and negative as well, hence it is not 1 1 function. So x1 is not equals to x2, x1 can be minus x2 as well, hence it is not 1 1. Let's check on to. For that we need to consider fx equals to y, that is y equals to x square plus 1. So we can write x square equals to y minus 1, that is x equals to plus minus root of y minus 1. So here we can see if we get y minus 1 as negative number, then for the negative number the root is not defined. The square root is not defined because x and y belongs to only z. So we will get imaginary numbers if we get y minus 1 as a negative number, hence it is not onto function as well. So here the option B is the correct option.